It's Sandy Parker. Welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. The other day I made the coloring book video for my girlfriends, and I started thinking about how I made postcards there, but I've never made postcards on my video channel, or on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to link that right up there, and I'll show you the one I made so far. I thought it was really cute, and I used it with a couple of different varieties of stamps, so I thought I'd make one for you guys and so you could watch me. So the first thing I did was I found 110-pound cardstock from Michael's. It's Recollections, and this is a cream color. And then I punched out a 2.5-inch circle. I'm using this just as a mask. It's not important that it's yucky on top. And I put a little bit of tape runner on the back, and then I did this with it so it won't be so sticky. It just has to stick while I'm doing the initial phases here, where I'm just trying to use it to block off the paper underneath. So I've got that down. The next thing we're going to do, I'm going to take this big background stamp that's called Pindot Plaid. It's from Stampin' Up, and I know that it's retired, but I thought it still would be fun to use, and it came out really nice the first time I did it. Sorry, I'm reaching over you because my ink pad is back there. Oh, let me show you this. I've had a lot of people ask me this, and I don't work for Stampin' Up, but I like their products very much. One of the things I don't like about them is that their ink pads are so hard to open. So if you've never used one and you struggle with this, I'll just show you how to open it. Do you see where those 3 dots are right there? I'm going to hold it up so you can see. See those 3 dots right there? Okay, what you want to do is you want to put your thumb on the lid behind, kind of behind that, and you push. You see how that worked? And then you're going to pull it over like that. Then you want to slide it in place until it clicks. Got it? Now that's to open it. When we're done, I'll show you how to close it. The reason, well, one of the reasons I like their inks is because when you store them, the ink pad, if you store them flat like this, the ink is always upside down, so the ink is always, going to the surface, which is nice. I don't store mine like that, but if I did, that would be great. I used to store them like that, but then I found an old cassette case that works really good to hold all of my Stampin' Up inks in. Okay. So I got that. Okay, now I'll show you how to close it. You're going to put your thumb where it says going gray. You're going to push your thumb there. Oh, wrong going gray. I had a little moment there. Same where the words are on the lid. You're going to push again. And it's not easy if you have trouble with your hands. Push it all the way till it stops. Then you take it and you put it till it flaps down and close it. I'm sure that was painful to watch. Okay, what we're going to do then is we're going to take our postcard, we're going to put it upside down, gently laying it so it doesn't move. We're going to hold it down until we get our scrap paper, and then our scrap paper is going to be here so that we can really do a good job of making sure our edges really get inked. I've had trouble with the very first one I did. The edges didn't get inked, and I tried again to do it, and it was worse the second time, so I don't know what the heck I was doing wrong. Then you're going to really, really push around that circle, because that circle is going to try hard to make it so that you don't get ink around the edges. If you don't, it doesn't matter, because we're not going to worry about that. Our stamps that we're going to do after this are going to make up for that. Okay. And see how it has that kind of wonky look to the edges? It doesn't matter, because we're going to just stamp around that anyway. I'm going to wipe my stamp off real quickly. I really like that background stamp. It's a nice one. Then, before we go any further, we're going to take off our circle very gently, because we don't want to tear the paper underneath. Like that. And this time I don't have any sticky residue, which is great. The next thing you're going to do, because it's so important that you do this the right side up, I'm going to stamp my postcard now because I don't want to forget, and I have a tendency to do that. And I'm going to use a Memento little of these dewdrops called London Fog. It's a gray, and I'm just going to slide my postcard under there. This postcard's edges are kind of beat up. I don't know why, so I'm going to have to clean those up when I'm done. Not any big deal. If you don't have a postcard stamp, it's not a problem. All you need to do is draw some lines and make a little square for your postcard or for your stamp image, you know, where you put your postage stamp, and you're good to go. If you think my Misty is dirty, it is, and I ordered the cleaning solution for that. It's called Novus 1, Novus 1, the number 1. And it's supposed to really do a great job of cleaning the Misty. I always just tried to clean mine right after I used it, but some of these things I used the inks that are hard to get off, and some of them I just really struggled with being able to get them off. So I guess it is what it is. Alright, so our postcard now is a postcard. Done with the Misty. I'm using some stamps that I absolutely love. And Lindsay the Frugal Crafter has been doing a lot of videos with them, and I just think they're tremendous. Let me talk and cut this at the same time. Anyway, Lindsay this month has a video where she does labels for on like jam jars and things like that, and she has an offer for 20% off at Rubber Stamp Tapestry. To get to Rubber Stamp Tapestry online, it's just www.pegstamps.com. I'll put that right there. Anyway, it's 20% off until the 24th of this month. If you use the promo code LABELS, LABELS, I'll put that down below. But it's all on Lindsay's site, and I really recommend that you go there and watch that video. It's a great video. And as always, she's a remarkable artist. Let me tell you about why I love these stamps so much. Do you know when you stamp something and you make a mistake with it, how it's almost impossible to go back in and fix your mistake? Well, I'm going to show you not only how to fix it, but also how to double stamp on the same stamp and how to make the images so much more interesting to look at. So let's start first. I'm going to stamp this bigger image, and I'm going to use these Memento inks. I'm using Angel Pink, and the stamp I'm using is called Running Cedar. And I write the names of these stamps on them because I'm not good at remembering, and so it makes it so that I won't forget. Now, this is the important part of what we're doing today. This little line lines up your stamp with wherever you want it to be on your page. You're going to hold this in your hand so that you don't forget where that spot is. In this case, I'm going to hold it so it's kind of directly in front of me. It's going to be straight across from me. And I'll show you why that's so important in a second. I'm using this very, very pale pink that again is called, what did I say it was called? Something, Angel Pink. I was going to say something with the word angel. Light it up again. And I'm just going to stamp my image right there. I'm going to go around the edge and I'm going to stamp it all around the edge. I'm going to do it 5 times because I like things in odd numbers. Okay, you remember where I held that. And I'm going to wipe it off now. Now I'm going to go to a pale lavender called Lulu Lavender. And I'm going to stamp this, and then I'm going to wipe it just a little bit on my rag. Then I'm going to go back to my image. I'm going to stamp over it. There's not a real big difference in the color, so it's hard to kind of see how that changed things, but it definitely does. I'm going to do it on this one so you can see it there. Hopefully one of these you'll be able to see it better. That one you can see it a lot better. It makes it so that you are double stamping, but it's not hard to do at all because you know where that little spot is, that little line, and it makes it so that you don't have to worry about, is it right, is it not right? It works every time. Now I'm going to go in and do just, I'm using the point of this dewdrop, and I'm just going to do a little bit in the center and a little bit around the edges, and this is called Love Letter. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the same stamps. You see how I got a little bit more color there? I do it again. I'm going to go around the edge with it. Only this time I'm going to go around the whole edge. I missed some of the edge on that one. And then I'm going to do a little bit in the center. Again, line it up. There you go. Line it up around the edges, in the center. I think it's just cool because it adds just a little bit of a pop to these flowers, because I went with such a simple color palette that it just makes them shine a little bit, I guess. Go like that. Making sure that my little dot's in the right place. Okay, so I'm done with those flowers. Now I'm going to go on. I'm going to wipe that off. If you don't know my bib story, I keep these bibs velcroed to the arm of my chair, and then whenever I need to clean something off, or just kind of make it a little bit, like a spill that's in the whatever, I just have it right there and I don't have to reach for anything. Which, if you know me, you know that it's really hard for me to figure out where I've gone with something. Where I put something. That's what I meant to say. Okay, I'm looking for a particular stamp. Is it that one? No, it's the one that's called Pinks. Where did it roll to? There it is. When you have everything in one spot, you'd think you'd find it, but not so much. Okay, this is Sweet Plum. It's a little bit of a darker purple. I'm going to put that right there. Kind of just strategically place that around, and then I'll show you how I'm going to double stamp with that. I'm going to go back in with that same pink. Oh, that was pretty. I forgot to. That's alright, I'll just stamp it again. Okay, then I'm going to go back with, this time I'm going to go with that Lulu Lavender, which is the purple that I used in there. Again, I'm going to keep my line in the same spot. Is that the exact same one I just used? No, it's not, is it? It's not enough of a color difference to see it. I think I'm going to go in with that Angel Pink again. I'm going to wipe that off. Make sure you always wipe your stamp off in between. And the thing that's nice is these are so small that you don't have a problem with not with cleaning them. They're just so easy to clean. And I'm just going around to those same images and just double stamping on them. Again, just making sure that I keep my lines in the same spot. Now, if you want to, I have a fantastic, you ever use one of these? They're really cool. I had some purple on it, and I'm just going to snip off the purple and make my point better, like that. And then I'm going to go in with the pink, get my tip all pinked up, and I'm going to make the insides of these flowers this pink. I might make the insides of these that Lulu Lavender. I think I'm going to do that. I think I need a little bit more color. And because the pink is lighter than the purple, it shouldn't make a big difference when I'm on my Fantastic. It shouldn't damage it at all. Don't have enough purple on there. There. So now I'm basically coloring the insides of each of my pinks. I'm sure that's what these are called, these flowers. These Fantastics come in sets of, I think, 5 or 6, so you get quite a few of them, and you can buy them at all of the big retailers. They're not, you know, they're not hard to find. Okay. Then if you want to really make things, where's my lid? There it is. Then if you really want to make things pop on there, you can put a little bit of that rose red or that I used before. You can just put a little bit of that. You know, just like put little dots of it around in the same flower. Because if you have pinks, and I love pinks, they come back, for me, they come back every year, and they're also called dianthus. At least the ones I have are called dianthus. They come in a variety of colors within the same flower. You know, it's not just, usually it's not just a solid color. It usually has some other colors in there as well. I think I'm going to also put a little bit more in the centers of these. Just a few dots. It just adds a little bit to your stamp and makes the whole project a little bit more cohesive because I'm using the same colors in all my flowers. Okay, there. Alright. I know you're thinking, this doesn't look very good. Don't worry, it's going to look better. Now we're going to go in, excuse me, with some leaves, and these are called rose leaflets. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really know what leaves are for each flower, so it doesn't matter to me if a leaf it isn't really from the same flower family. Okay, you're going to line that line up. That line is where the end of the stem is. So you're going to take that and you're going to put it right up to the edge of your flower, and voila. And I'm going to go into my gray. Not a ton into the gray, but enough into the gray that I just have a little bit in there. Then, let's see, where will I go with that one? I think I'm just going to go into the flower with that one. Okay. Let's see, what else do we want to do? Let's do some of these flowers. Oh, I think I just need another pink in there to make right there. I think I just need one more of those. So let me stick one more in. I'm using all the same colors, Lulu Lavender, the Angel Pink, and then ultimately the Rose Red. I was trying to think of the name, had a moment. Okay. Pink in there. I'm just kind of using the edge of this just to get some pink in that one. And then I'll take my Fantastic. It should still have enough ink in it to just kind of fill in with that darker. I think I'm going to go with a little bit darker purple too. Is that this? I thought that was the color I used, but it doesn't seem very dark. I'm going to try a different purple. Maybe I use Sweet Plum. Seems a little darker than what I'm using here. Anyway, we'll fix it no matter what. Perfect. Never know the difference. I'm going to do a leaf for that one. I think I'll put that leaf into the center more. Whoops. And let's fill with some other flower. I have this other flower that I'm not really thrilled about, so I don't know if I want to use it. I think I'm just going to go with another one of these pinks because I just am not. Oh, almost did that in green. That wouldn't have been pretty. I'll just do another one of the pinks right there. Put a little bit of the Angel Pink in there. Obviously it's not how you're supposed to do it, but I'm living on the edge. Rose Red. Talking to myself now. Okay. different. But what happened is when I went to stamp my sentiment on my postcard, I accidentally ended the video, and so I wanted to make sure I did it right. So I did the exact same motif, but with different colors. And the colors I used this time were Sweet Plum and Elderberry and Northern Pine for the green. And same background exactly. So the only thing different was, as I said, those colors choices. And I'm going to be using the Elderberry for my sentiment. And hopefully this time I'll get the sentiment on video. This is actually the 5th one of these I've done, because one time I put it on upside down, and one time I thought I was videotaping this segment, so I did the whole postcard and then I taped this segment, and then I realized I didn't push the button to make it record. So all in all, this has gone really, really super duper well for me. I'm going to put my sentiment on this time, and hopefully we'll get it on there this time. Try, and I'm not sure exactly where to put it. I'm going to go with right there. And hopefully this time it'll be the last time we have to worry about it. Okay, the little things, the little moments, they aren't little. Friendship is priceless. I hope. Oh, by the way, this is from Rubberneckers, this stamp, and it was a Rock-a block I used to the acrylic block I used. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you give these postcards a shot. They are a lot of fun to make, and they're fast. I mean, obviously, since I've made so many of them, these are just the ones I've kept. There's so many more that I had to do away with. But anyway, I really like this one with the purples on it. I think it came out really, really well. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you'll subscribe. Tell your friends about me on social media. I'd really appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.